My name is DK Diamantes. My co-host is Bricky. He's going to be teaching us some real ridiculous shit now that he's not sick. But before he does, if you guys enjoyed today's podcast, head over to patreon.com/Adeptus Ridiculous, where you can support us. We have a new HD poster. I think it's like a Slanesh Demonite. Looks really good, real fancy. It's wonderful. Patreon.com/Adeptus Ridiculous. And, Bricky, I think you have a thing.
Yeah, I'll make it quick. Go to orchid8.com if you want to get merch. There's lots of merch, new stickers, pretty great. All right, but for this episode,
wow, that was quick. Damn,
it was fast. We'll see the rest after, because for the time being, this episode has a sponsor. Shy, before you shoot me dead, please roll the clip. Let's say hypothetically you are a chaos servant. You serve chaos. You think chaos, pretty cool. And one day you're going around and you're looking up some chaos smut. You're like, ooh, gonna give me some of that good Slaneshi bits, Ooh, gonna go on my chaos sanctioned computer and I'm gonna look at some chaos stuff. And then there's a Carcharodon, and he sees you look at that smut and he's like, hey, I'm gonna stop you by hacking your PC. What do? You get our sponsor, Nordvpn, and you rotate that idiot. I'm sure you've heard of Nordvpn already, but if you haven't, it is a fantastic VPN software entirely dedicated to make you feel more secure and to make you more secure in your internet and online browsing. It is the best way to browse the internet safely and, most importantly, for free. It also comes with so many other applications, like if a game is not available in your country, you can change your virtual location via the VPN and buy it, find discounts from other regions, find a streaming platform at a lower price, or even stop bandwidth throttling. It even has the double VPN option to allow users to route their traffic through 2 different VPN servers and an automatic kill switch for extra safety. And you can check it out in the description at nordvpn.com/adridiculous with its 30-day money-back guarantee. We will also provide you with an exclusive deal as well if you use the link in the description. So once again, nordvpn.com/adridiculous. Thank you for sponsoring this video, and Warhammer. Oh my god, he's fucking dead.
He's fucking dead.
Oh my god, he's actually dead. I am the ghost of Bricky's past.
Oh. Well, at least the smell's gone, so that's good.
Damn. Fuck. This isn't a Nurgle episode, DK.
Oh, damn it. I was hoping for more Nurgle stuff. I was hoping for a Justice for Blisterborn episode.
No, but speaking of Blisterborn, technically this episode's coming out in March, which means the Knight art contest is concluded. However, it's a Wednesday, I think today is the 2nd of when this is coming out. We'll give you to the end of the week to do your submissions. Check the description.
Okay.
All about the Knight contest. So
get a little more time to put those finishing touches on your Knights.
Just a little more for a reminder.
Yep. Okay.
And yeah, DK, I'm sorry for being sick.
You should be. How dare you? How dare you not limp your way into the Discord, into the call, and give us the ridiculous Warhammer information? How dare you? You are
really.
Yeah, Shy wanted to fire you, but I stuck up for you.
Really lucky that we filmed that book club episode when we did.
Yeah, that actually turned out very fortunate. Yeah, we got actually a lot on that episode too.
We did?
Well, it's because I kept calling the Philotomarch the Lystragonian on accident.
That's it?
That's the end. Yeah. A lot of people seemed upset about that. There's no, it's the Philotomarch. It's the Philotomarch.
Oh, well, whatever. It's this big Imperium ship.
Yeah. It was a big Imperium ship.
That's what happens when you like something and then but you have to be hard on it. There's always a lot of discussion around that, which is actually pretty good. But that being said, despite everything, despite us being appreciative but a little lukewarm on the book, it's still the best fucking Necron shit ever. So
definitely, it was still a really good book. Just it unfortunately had to live in the shadow of ruin,
which is fucking amazing.
Yeah, those are large shoes to fill.
Large shadows. And being sick does suck. Yeah, I didn't have COVID. I might have had the flu. I tested negative for strep throat, but I was at the urgent care for 2.5 hours.
Ooh.
Either waiting in the car or waiting inside, and I was literally shivering, like teeth chattering because of the fever and
Oh yeah.
And then they did like a finger prick for some blood to check if I had what's it called, mono? Is that the virus?
The kissing virus, eh?
Oh, that one. Yes, they needed to do blood to check that because the strep came back negative and COVID came back negative, and I'm like, they said maybe they said maybe it's the flu, but then they would have to do that thing where they put the nasal thing all the way back in your nose to your fucking brain, you know?
No.
And I was like, I'd rather fucking die. I've been here for 2 hours at this point.
Just
No.
gonna go home and take some flu medicine and just bundle under some covers.
Despite being an EMT for a year, I lost my ability to no longer be squeamish. So when they pricked my finger, my blood pressure just fucking dropped.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm going. I'm going. I'm out. I'm leaving this mortal plane.
The way to horrify Bricky, pinprick on the finger.
I was squeamish, and then I got rid of it, and then I'm squeamish again, and I hate it, and I'm mad. But it's only like my own personal body that bugs me.
Yeah, you just don't watch him. Just don't watch him do it. That's the problem.
I'd
probably be squeamish too for like little like if they were giving me a shot. You know?
I'm not staring at the fucking needle. I'm not like face my fears.
Can I get a zoom in on this?
Like, I face my fears. You must look at it. It's just face into the thing. That's what it is. It's your body. It's your blood.
Stare at it. Drink it.
Oh well, drinking it is its own thing. We're not doing corn in this episode
such a chaos
either.
Episode. Jeez.
Ironic because are you ready for your quotes?
I mean no, but go ahead.
All right. The Demolisher, the Vanquisher, even the mighty Deathstrike missile launcher pale in comparison to the sheer firepower of trillions of Lasguns unleashing hell in unison. Captain Garius Septus of the 263rd Maccabian Janissaries.
I mean, it just sounds like guard shit, where it's just an overwhelming number of Lasguns that are just, you know, plugging away the cute little flashlights. You know, it sounds like guard shit. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it's guard shit.
It's guard shit. I don't know what regiment we're talking about, or if it's just guard tactics, or if there is a specific commissar of the guard that this should be ringing bells, but guard shit, bro.
Guard shit, bro. Do you think the Cadians go to like the gym like the people on 4chan do, where they just start like screeching when they're doing their sets and they like eat whole onions?
Yes, actually I do. I think they totally do that.
Good. We're talking about Lasguns today. That's literally it.
Okay.
So guard shit's right.
Okay.
Yeah, guard shit's right. But you know, I got sick. And I was thinking, like, some ideas, you know? Well, I think actually we made this decision before I got sick, but I was thinking of all these kinds of concepts and ideas, and considering that our next book club book, which I forgot to mention, is going to be the new Krieg book, I was like, flashlights.
Yes.
Let's talk about flashlights.
Perfect. I've started the Krieg book. It's actually, it's pretty not bad so far.
Good. Do they have flashlights?
Yeah, there are flashlights.
Let's go. Then easy.
Go. Yeah.
So I thought, you know, hey, it may not be the most iconic weapon in 40k. That's the bolter, of course.
Yeah, they're close, though, right?
It's probably number 2. Yeah, it's the classic ass Lasgun. I want to talk about old reliable,
the old pea shooter. What would be easily the most powerful weapon ever conceived in human history, IRL. In 40k, it's like, yeah, it's a baby little flashlight. It's just a little ting ting ting.
Well, maybe not the strongest weapon ever, but a pretty darn good one.
Yeah.
So the Lasgun, sometimes referred to as a Lasrifle as well. I think they're kind of interchangeable. It is a direct energy anti-personnel weapon. Most widely used laser weapon in the entire galaxy. Technically,
I guess that makes sense because the Imperium uses them, and there are billions of fucking.
They breed like ants.
Yeah, exactly.
So the standard Lasgun, your general standard MG short pattern Lasgun or rifle. The weight is 2.3 kilos, which actually, let me actually look that up in pounds real quick. It's about 5 pounds.
Say, what's that in America? Because
that's about 5 pounds.
I was gonna say you hit me with that kilo shit, and I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Wait, the fucking short pattern Las rifle is only 5 pounds.
That's not bad for that big ass Laz rifle. That's only 5 pounds. What are they using? Ultralight metals?
It's 900 millimeters long, so almost a meter long. There's the magazine type says it is the 19 megathule range. Whatever the fuck that means.
All right.
So 30. Shy hits me with a 35 inches long. Trust me, Shy.
That's not that long. You know what I mean?
No, it's not that long, TK. It's not that long. Screams of immaturity intensify. There's a single shot, so there's semi and fully automatic, of course. The rate of fire is around 220 shots per minute, and you can actually not that fast.
Well, for a laser gun, that's pretty fast.
220?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
you know.
You can also adjust the shot intensity of it, and it's got iron sights, but normally it has rails of multiple kinds to attach things like flashlights as well. A flashlight on your flashlight, or like a red dot or
a scope or
a scope or something.
Yeah.
You're pretty classic stuff, right?
Did anyone ever attach like a bayonet to the bottom of it?
Oh God!
Like
we're reading a Krieg book, and they haven't brought out their bayonets yet. Yeah, bayonets are very commonly put on these.
Okay, I was gonna say that's gotta be something you do for like an anti-personnel rifle where you're doing a lot of close quarters combat.
Oh yeah, especially if you're fighting nids or orcs.
Oh God, yeah, especially
the
nids.
bayonet
Yeah.
is the bayonet is huge. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Is it just like what book were we reading where they found a oh shit, what are those old world tech things that they find that have blueprints in them?
STCs.
STCs. Didn't they find one for like a really good knife that got turned into like a bayonet that like everybody uses?
No, the story you're thinking of Gaunt's Ghosts. That's what was the one with the corrupted STC. You're thinking of the story where like 3 guardsmen ended up finding an STC that all it did was make knives, but I think it became the standard issue knife given to Astartes.
Yeah.
So those 3 guardsmen were given like a planet each to do whatever the fuck they wanted with.
Because they found the blueprint.
Because they found the thing that made knives. Like, to show the importance of the STCs.
Yeah. And how important the Men of Iron STC would have been in that book, yeah.
If it wasn't Chaos Corrupted.
Yeah.
And also horribly heretical. But yeah, Lasguns have bayonets all the time. There's even a order in the game called Fixed Bayonets, where it allows you to attack again in like in melee, things like that. But yeah, the Lasgun itself, I kind of think of the Lasgun a little bit like the Kalashnikov, the classic AK, in the sense that it's like the AK's got a big ass bullet, so it hits pretty hard in an overall sense, and it's very rugged and very easily usable. Like the Lasgun is. It's very easy to take apart and repair because like much younger grunts need to figure that out. So it's very easy to disassemble, reassemble. It's easy to clean. It's super rugged. It can go through rain, snow, everything. It tends to still work.
Super durable. Yep.
Super. Yeah, very durable design. Just all reliable.
And it kind of has to be if it's going to be the main weapon of your billion person army. You need a reliable weapon. You don't need something that's too technical and it's hard to clean, hard to figure out, hard to dismantle. You want that easy shit that just works.
Yeah, and especially when the weapon is a laser weapon, because the magazine you always see on the bottom is not actually a magazine, it's a power pack.
Like a battery.
like a big ass battery, and the big ass battery, you plug it in there, and then you have a certain amount of shots, and then naturally when your battery is depleted, you just put it in a different battery. There's a couple interesting things about it though. Obviously the battery has a certain level of juice, and since the Lasgun can be adjusted in terms of strength, you can make it go lower if you're fighting someone that's super lightly armored and you need to conserve ammunition, or you can really crank the energy to make it like a little bit more armor piercing. And if you're trying to take down tougher targets, like I don't know, the Vitrian Dragoons did that very often in Gaunt's Ghosts.
I was about to bring up Gaunt's Ghosts because the Vitrian Dragoon always kept their shit at max to guarantee a kill, and then Gaunt had to be like, no, turn that shit down. They fall at half power. Just don't waste the ammo, dude.
Yeah, and then they kept it at high power anyway, and they killed a Space Marine with it. And like, I'm sorry, I kept it up, whatever.
Yep, yeah, sorry. It's like, okay, it's fine. Also, really weird that they were able to kill a Chaos Space Marine, but whatever.
Remember, there's two ways it's written.
Yeah.
Like tabletop and then like normal.
Yep.
I always look at the consequences like the Expendables. They're just just a whole bunch of super badasses.
Has anyone ever like supercharged, like gotten a supercharged battery that has like more juice and can fire like harder shots or anything? Or is it just there's a standard battery pack that just everybody has to use?
Well, there's a standard battery pack for most patterned Lasguns and Lasrifles, but it's the gun that allows you to up the wattage or up the amount of power. There are higher and more powerful battery packs, which we'll talk about when we talk about the variations of the Lasgun. But there is one cool tech that you can do where really veteran guardsmen who know their gun inside and out can actually overcharge their battery pack to such an insane degree that it makes the whole gun very volatile, and it turns the whole gun into a grenade.
They're going Tediore, huh? Okay.
That reference went right over my head. What, going Tediore?
Yeah, because in Borderlands 3, I think. Or
where you throw the gun.
Yeah, and
explodes.
then you throw the gun and it blows up. Depending on how much ammo you have, it does more damage too.
Yes, that actually is probably the best example I can think about. Yeah, you can. I mean, obviously it'll blow up your gun, so it's a last resort option.
Yeah.
But it's something that you can do if you can properly overcharge it, and then you just yeet the gun and it acts as a grenade. Though naturally, going along with that, take the reference to the Kalashnikov. They're incredibly cheap to make. Like they're dirt fucking cheap to produce.
Okay.
They cost barely any money. Their durability is big, and a giant important thing is that they do not require any ammo production. You don't need to have a line of shells to create, because these power packs are rechargeable. Hell, they can even they can recharge in sunlight.
Oh, they're solar, huh? You just put them out in the sun and they just recharge?
Yeah, I mean, it may not be as good as other options, but having your power packs in the sun to recharge is a way to replenish your ammunition reserves, as well as taking it back to the ship or the camp and then plugging it into a generator. So you don't have to have an assembly line of bullets and mags, you just recharge your power pack.
In my head, I was just picturing this guard. He's like, oh shit, I'm out of ammo, and he just plugs it into like an iPhone charger and he's like, all right.
You cover me. Ba-ding. Ba-ding. Little sound effect.
2 hours, guys. I'll be good in 2 hours. Hold them off.
I mean, I can imagine that, you're in the thick of it, and then you just, there's a bit of sunlight. You put your stuff in there, your unspent power, or your spent power packs, and you just kind of, it might only give you a couple extra shots, but, a couple extra shots in war.
Oh, now I'm stupidly imagining a guard sunbathing with his power pack. He's on a beach. He's in the folding chair, and he's got the little strip of suntan lotion on him, and he's got a little power pack sitting next to him in a little mini folding chair.
I'm just imagining he's like super incredibly buff, and he's laying back with like the rainbow umbrella. He's just got two power packs over his nipples for like to censor him. He's just like I like the way the power packs feel when they recharge. It's all tingly.
Oh God, we're falling into Slaanesh territory again here.
I don't know. Nah, that'd be if he wasn't wearing any like underwear, but he's like covering his schlong with the lasgun itself.
Oh yeah.
Tasteful censorship.
Tasteful censorship. Oh no! I guarantee you, there's gonna be fan art of that popping up.
No, bullshit, DK. No one has ever made fan art from our ideas, ever.
Ever! You're right. How stupid of me. Wow, what a fool. How foolish I am. L plus ratio plus no maidens plus touch grace.
Touch grace?
Yeah.
Why not grass?
Well, because it's an Elden Ring joke. Because Elden Ring's so popular, you don't have bonfires. You go outside and you touch grace. You touch grace points. They're lost graces. You know.
What's wrong, DK? No witches?
No maidens.
No bitches?
No maidens, man.
I'm glad that the internet has memed Megamind so hard, because Megamind is actually an amazing film.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, well, you haven't seen anything good. It's fine.
That's true. I've seen good things. Hey.
Have you?
Yes.
Have you met the Elden Ring chick that is like all blue and has like 4 arms?
Yes, I didn't realize she had 4 arms though, but she's got like a witch hat and then
like half a face.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's the one that gives you a very special item. It's a bell that lets you summon spirits that help you in really tough fights.
Can I summon like a pack of wolves?
You absolutely can. That's like the first summon you get.
Oh shit! All right. Sorry, Destiny. Witch Queen raids on a whole. We're summoning wolves.
They're pretty good too for a lot of the game. There's 3 wolves, but if you take them against a really big boss that has like AoE, they'll get fucked really hard.
Damn, I want to summon a dragon.
I don't know about that.
All right. This is an Elden Ring.
Yeah, this ain't an Elden Ring podcast.
Damn, god damn it. All right. But yes, obviously, like Lasgun, very very handy weapon.
Yes.
Now the actual thing the Lasgun does, considering it's the standard its weapon for all of Imperial Guard rank and file, junior officers, and even Skitarii infantry in the Mechanicus. It's standard issue for the very basic Skitarii troop, because there's a whole lot of Skitarii like Rangers and Vanguard that use things like the radium carbines and galvanic rifles, but it's like the flintlock looking ass.
I was gonna
guns.
say I remember the Adeptus. God, I was gonna say the Adeptus ridiculous. The Adeptus
That's
Mechanicus.
me. That's you.
Yeah, that's us. I remember their minis having like all these crazy giant like flintlock cannons and sniper rifles. I was like, there's no way these motherfuckers using fucking flashlights.
I think the flashlight is like the base weapon.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Rangers and stuff, they use like the galvanic rifle and. Which is just the coolest looking goddamn thing in the world. But
yeah, the Mechanicus have the coolest shit.
They do, because they hog it all for themselves.
Yeah.
But the actual gun, it fires a pinpoint laser beam, and what it is, it's a highly energetic, focused beam of coherent protons, or is it photons?
Photons sounds about right.
I think so.
Photons sounds right. Protons doesn't. Well, one of them, one or the other. You decide, chat.
It's photons. Coherent. It is a beam of highly energetic, focused, coherent photons.
Okay.
And the energy from these photons, once they reach the surface, it is immediately like vaporized in this very small, localized explosion. So, it's like you hit it with the laser, everything that's got hit with the surface is vaporized or just like bzz.
Yeah.
Which is actually an interesting thing about the Lasgun, is that because it's a little localized zap explosion, and since it's a laser vaporizing something, it means that technically the Lasgun, whatever you shoot it at, it will be somewhat effective against.
Somewhat.
It's like if you fire it, let's say if I'm just standing there, no shirt on, and you fire it and you hit my arm, you'll probably take my arm. Like, you'll take my arm off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like if you hit me in the bicep, like you'll probably clear off the entire lower bottom of half of my arm.
Oh, for sure.
Now, of course, it's a big laser beam with a localized explosion. However, if I was wearing like a plate vest, like maybe like a metal sheet on the front, like a plate carrier, it would probably just create a big seared like patch on that plate. You know, it wouldn't really go through. It's very effective against regular fleshy targets, but it's super ineffective against anything better than that.
Oh, so even the most rudimentary armor would probably stop a las cannon? Or a las rifle?
Cannon.
Sorry,
a las
wrong
cannon.
One. Las cannon's a different ball of wax.
A las cannon rips a tank in half.
Yeah, that's
a whole different thing.
It's a whole different story. Yeah.
No, I mean, not rudimentary. I don't think like a 21st century Kevlar body armor would stop it.
Okay.
It might make it so it doesn't kill you, but it would sear your skin probably regardless.
If you had
assuming,
some like medieval knight armor though,
it would probably stop it for a couple of shots.
Okay.
I'm going to assume that the power of the Lasgun is unfortunately due to the Warhammer being around for so long and having so many writers. The power of the Lasgun kind of sways with book to book.
Okay.
The idea, though, is that it's very good against flesh because it's a big laser beam, despite the fact that it does cauterize the wound because it's super heated. Sure. So you have like a lightsaber kind of thing where you blow the arm off, but then they're not going to be bleeding.
Yeah. Although, even if it doesn't work great against plate, again, I guess when you're firing 13 million of them, you know, you're going to get a few stray shots that are going to blow even armor off.
Your time, good assessment, DK.
Thanks.
A very, very good assessment, because that's the concept is, you know, a Laz pistol is just a shortened version. Mm-hmm. A Laz cannon is an insanely large, supercharged one that just rips through things.
Yeah.
The Laz, but of course the Laz cannon is just a much larger and more powerful variant of a singular Laz gun. Mm-hmm. One would argue that while a Laz cannon can rip a tank apart in one shot, maybe 2,000 Laz guns will pepper the tank so much that the armor will just start to melt, because you're still vaporizing a little part of the armor every time.
Yep. And if 2,000 of them are concentrated on the same spot, well, you basically have a Laz cannon.
You basically have a spread out Laz cannon.
Yeah.
There's also like the multi-laser, which is a like 2,000 rounds a second, like fire rate, just bird laser gun.
It's like a Gatling gun.
It's like more like a minigun, but for lasers.
Sick.
So it's actually not that powerful penetration wise, but it's just they're just firing it so fast that, you know.
I'm not sure how this would work. Is there like a Laz shotgun that just pellets, like just close range pellets?
So
like
there
big
are
concentrated laser
variations of almost every Laz gun. There is a shot Laz, which is an illegal modification of the Laz gun to discharge more energy per shot at the cost of the beam's coherence. So, you know, more spread.
Yeah, like a shotgun. Exactly like a shotgun.
Right, but of course, it's still a laser, so it still has relatively infinite range, so to speak. But the fact that the range, it still becomes ineffective at certain longer ranges, but because the shots are so... Well, actually, let me rephrase that. It does not have infinite range because the shot will lose power as it goes, because it's like the dissipating particles.
Right.
But the shot Laz also just kind of fires in random areas, a little bit more spread, so, you know, it's less practical from distance.
I'm assuming that's why it's an illegal modification.
And everything is illegal in the Imperium. No one's allowed to have fun.
That's true, too. Yeah. Fucking goddamn corpse emperor.
There's also other variations like the Laz Carbine, which is a little bit more like an SMG. It's a smaller variant, has like a foldable stock, and it has a power pack with shorter overall range, but also I think a mildly higher fire rate. Mm-hmm. Those are actually the weapons mainly used by the 10th First and Only. They use Laz Carbines because, you know, they're stealth troopers, you know, so they want to keep close. Catechins like it a lot because they like the close range stuff. Elysian drop troopers are a big fan of them. There's also the long Laz, which is like a sniper rifle variant. This is another reason why I hearken it a little bit to Kalashnikov family, because the Lasgun is the AK-47. The Laz Carbine is the AK-74U. I'm sure there's like a heavy machine gun variant, which is like the RPK. And then the long Laz, it's like the Dragunov. You know, it's like it's constantly altered, and the base structure can be altered and adjusted in various ways for whatever you need.
Okay, cool.
There's also tons and tons of variants of it, of course.
Of course.
The
gun, you gotta customize it, right?
The M35, also known as the M Galaxy pattern Lasgun, is the Lasgun you know and love, the one you're always aware of. The M36 Cantrail pattern Lasrifle is the name of the Cadian one. There's a bullpup pattern. Of course, there is an integrated Lasrifle. There's the Calibrax V1 pattern Lasrifle. And then there's the Lucius pattern 98 Lasgun, and the Lock pattern Laz Carbine, and the Cantrail MG short pattern Lasgun, and the Mark IV Catachan Laz Carbine, and blah blah blah.
So, what are the difference between all these patterns? Just like the way they. Like, is it like the Catachan one reloads faster, shoots faster? Does it just have a different paint job on it? Like, what makes a pattern?
Entirely dependent on where it comes from. For example, the bullpup pattern is a bullpup, so it reloads in the back.
Okay.
Like an AUG does, for example. There is, let's say the Calibrax V1 pattern Lasrifle. It says the standard armament for the Solar Auxilla regiments during the Great Crusade is considered to be a higher quality than most standard patterns of Lasgun and Laz Carbine, and it's most notable for its heavily reinforced energy transfer capacitors and its great durability in wide planetary environments thanks to its superior heat dissipation qualities. So your gun might not jam or overheat on a lava planet so much. It's just better ran, you know?
Yeah, well, that would be helpful, yeah.
There's the MG short pattern Lasgun, which is just like a stub-nosed one. Like I mentioned, the Mark IV Catachan Laz Carbine. It's a standard Lasgun or Laz Carbine for the Catachan jungle fighters, but it's has a more reduced barrel length thanks for use in the dense forests and wooded terrain. There's a
Lasgun for every occasion.
Every one has their variant of gun, right? How they mess with it, how they kind of fuck around and upgrade and modify it. The Vostroyans have a special one for the Vostroyan Firstborn, which is like these finely crafted, engraved, hand-detailed things that mark the weapon to keep it really nice.
Ooh. Okay.
There's lots of stuff like that. Triplex pattern Lasgun has multiple firing modes, like burst and stuff. Shot Laz I mentioned already. Yeah. There's a lot of interesting ones.
I don't suppose there's ever been like a Lasgun that's had such a strong battery that they could make like a concentrated beam. I'm thinking like, like how beam sabers are in like anime, like beam swords. Has that ever been a thing in 40K, like a lightsaber deal?
I am positive there has, but I can't think of where. If it's 40K, they took it from somewhere. I mean, there's like
Wars,
power swords. I mean, they're a sword, but they're like wreathed in lightning.
Yeah, most of the melee stuff in 40K is like chain swords.
At least for the Imperium.
Yeah, I
can imagine
like a laser blade.
Maybe like. I would imagine Tau or Eldar would have a laser blade. I could see like Tau having like an armored core style like laser gauntlet,
Definitely.
But I'm sure if there is one, Shai will certainly meme us on the video. So
well, she's gonna meme us anyway. That's kind of like her thing.
Yeah, but now she has direction.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah. So Lasrifle or Long Laz was Mad Larkin of the sniper. Well,
Oh,
he also
okay.
had like a regular gun as well, but as long Laz in the Gaunt's Ghosts. But there's also the other big variant of Lasgun, which is known as the Hell Gun, and the Hell Gun is also known as a hot shot Lasgun.
Okay, I've heard that name before.
Yeah, this is what we were referring to earlier when you were asking about like bigger battery packs.
Yeah.
So the hotshot Lasgun is a general love of a certain level of combat engineer Kriegsman, as well as Tempestus Scions. So if you were to look at a photo of the Giga Chad Tempestus Scions here, you'll notice there's a big wire coming out of his gun that's traveling to his backpack. So his ammunition supply is in his backpack. That's a giant ass battery.
Oh, okay. I think we talked about these guys before, right? And we
we
mentioned
probably
how
talked about
badass their
them.
gun is. That's probably where I heard hotshot Lasrifle gun before.
Most likely. The Tempestus Scions, because they're drop troops, they need to have really higher level weapons. So what it does is it makes the laser way more potent and have significantly more punching power. It's basically having it at max power and then some, supported by, you had
Giant
max
battery
power
pack,
on the magazine, but max power in the magazine is like half power on the backpack, and the backpack is cranked even higher than that. These things pierce.
So at absolute maximum capacity, like the backpack is at absolute max output. Like what can these things do? Like how hard do these things fuck?
Well, I'm not sure if the backpack is like always at max because that's a little volatile carrying a. It's like the guy with the flamethrower in World War II. You don't want to be near him.
Yeah, but if you were so inclined, you're like, oh, that target has to go out. Maximum carnage. Like how devastating are these things?
I'm not quite sure at how strong they would be in the actual lore. But I know they hit really hard. I think I know that, like, let's say you're wearing that armor I mentioned before. Let's say like the metal plate or whatever the hell. It'll punch right through you and come out the other side and then hit the guy behind them. Pretty easily.
All right.
But in game, for instance, a Lasgun is one of the lowest strength weapons in the game. It's strength 3. Armor penetration is at a flat 0, and only 1 damage. A hotshot weapon has a bit of a shorter range, probably because of its higher output. A little more volatile.
Yeah.
But its armor penetration, everything is the same except its armor penetration 2, which is pretty high. Bolters have armor penetration of 0. And a Laz cannon has armor penetration of 3. And a Melta-gun has armor penetration of 4.
So hotshot, not bad. For
Remember
armor penetration. That's not too bad.
Remember in the Night Lord's books when Markarian woke up and he fired his autocannon and blew up the Terminator and I heard bolter fire?
Yeah.
The autocannon is damage 2, but it's only armor penetration 1.
Oh.
So the idea is that the Lasgun still doesn't have a whole lot of strength, doesn't have a whole lot of like hitting power, but it'll pierce through basically everything.
Damn.
It's very, very potent in its armor penetration power.
What happens when you run out of juice on one of those hot shots? And say your backpack is just out of juice. Do you just ditch the pack?
That's probably why you're carrying a pistol.
All right.
I mean,
so there's no real way to like reload it. It's not like you've got another power backpack just sitting around lying in wait. Yeah, I guess you just got to pull out a regular Lasrifle and just start putting battery packs in it.
One of 2 options. Either 1, the backpack carries so much extra power due to its size that hopefully you won't run out of ammo.
Yeah.
Or 2, it just comes down to the classic, well, I'm out of ammo. Maybe if I was out of ammo for a regular gun, I'd also be fucked. It's just, I'm out of ammo.
True, but like at least like with a regular Lasrifle, like you could probably carry a bunch of like battery packs on your person. Like you can't carry an extra backpack.
True, but one would argue that the backpack, in terms of just volume of space, has a similar amount of charge than the ammunition you would carry normally.
That's fair, actually.
Yeah. It's like when you have those guys that like carry around like a like a minigun. Sometimes it's like fed into a backpack.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
carrying more bullets than the average guy with an M16 or something on his chest, but because they have a backpack of bullets.
True. Fair enough.
Some of these Lasguns, there's like the Ryza pattern hotshot from the Forge World of Ryza. One of the more popular ones is the Lucius pattern Type 14 heavy Lasgun, which is a variant that is standard armament for the grenade squads of the Death Corps of Krieg.
Hey.
They're known to be unreliable,
Okay.
constantly requiring tons of maintenance. However, it's one of those things where it's like you treat this thing right and it'll treat you right. As a much faster recharging generator, what was it? The surname, or it has like the bulkier barrel with like a cooling shroud, a heat exchanger. It has all these things like a 4x sight and even infrared optics. But the main thing is it's one of those like, okay, this is a sassy bitch. This one you need to give a good pat on the head and a rub on the ass, and then like you gotta give it some food, give it some alcohol, maybe some flowers. Like you gotta you treat that Lasgun right and it'll do well. But if you don't, it's gonna shoot you and stab you in your sleep.
It does sound like a very high maintenance gun. Worth the maintenance and worth the effort, but it does sound like a very high maintenance gun.
I literally had that entire metaphor, and then high maintenance is just the words that describe exactly what I was saying. I'm stupid.
Yeah, that's okay. We all have these moments of smooth brain.
I unfortunately I have reached smooth brain apex.
I've been there for a while, so welcome to the club. Good to have you.
What's it like having such a smooth brain, DK?
It's bliss. Ignorance is bliss, you know? Your insults, they just slide right off.
You cannot insult me. My bare brain's been replaced by a chip. Glory to the Infinite Empire.
Goddamn corpse emperor.
Goddamn
carcass emperor.
Sometimes when we read any Space Marine books, they would talk about getting shot with lasguns, and they're just like, it's fucking dumbass stuff, because ceramite is tough armor.
Oh yeah.
But you know, even then, a lasgun that might hit an exposed joint or a possibly like poor cabling that's been after wear and tear and stress. Like there's a way where enough lasguns can absolutely bring down a Marine, and then some. Yeah. You thinking about the idea that you have an entire lineup of guys of like tens, 20, hundreds of thousands of guys all shooting lasguns down a field. Like it is a sea of red flashing lights.
Yep. That's the power of the Lasrifle, like we said, is that there's so fucking many of them. One might not be that great, but 50,000 of them will fuck you up. Unrelated, we should do an I don't know if this is known. Where the fuck does ceramite come from?
Isn't ceramite like a name for adamantium that's been repurposed?
Is it?
Is it?
That's why I was like, I was just thinking about it. I was like, we know a lot about Space Marines. Where do you get ceramite from? Like, where do they mine adamantium? How do they refine it? Like, that sounds like it'd be a good episode idea. Where the fuck does ceramite come from?
Definitely not ceramic. I hope I'm
No, I don't think ceramic. I don't know, Shies. Maybe you're right. I don't know. When I think of ceramic, I just think of like ceramic art class.
Shai says it might actually be ceramic.
Oh, so it's ceramite for ceramic?
I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't know how I feel about it either. But hey, smooth brain comment from before checks out still for both.
Let's go, smooth brains.
Let's go. Shy might be right, but we don't care because we're stupid.
Let's go. We're dumb. Let's go.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, let's fucking go. I don't know enough about guns or an armor. I literally was on Twitter just a minute ago. It's like, hey, everyone, the javelin. Why is the javelin so good? It go up and then it go down, and it's because current events have shown us that the javelin is quite a weapon. And I'm like, why javelin? Curious.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately I'm a fake American. I know nothing about ballistics either, about weaponry and guns and armor and all that stuff. I know literally nothing. Is zero.
All I know is that out of all the guns I've fired, the 6.5 Creedmoor is by far my favorite. It is a big bullet, and it feels really satisfying.
Yeah, my favorite gun is the Thorn. Gamers gaming. Let's go.
Gamers gaming. I remember the Lasgun. It actually doesn't really. It's not supposed to make like a pew pew, like zip 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 zip. It's supposed to make like a weird, like crackling sound effect, I believe.
Oh, like thunder?
Kind of more like the pop of like a firework, like a sparkler.
Oh. Weird.
Like the imagine the sound in your brain when you eat Pop Rocks.
I haven't had Pop Rocks in like over a decade.
And you know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you?
I know what you mean.
Yeah, like Pop Rocks. Imagine that, but like maybe a little bit bassier and a lot louder.
Okay, that's such a weird. That is not the sound I expected them to make.
I might be. I think I'm right that they make a weird sound like that, but now you've got me questioning myself.
Whenever I think of like laser guns, I always think about the sound that old like 80s 90s cartoons made for like laser guns, like in like Transformers or yeah. That's my go-to laser gun sound. So
you're the classic your classic Star Wars sounds,
Yeah, exactly. Good old stormtrooper that can't hit the broadside of a barn with a baseball.
Man, broadsides are really good right now, though.
Yeah, broadsides. That's a Tau thing, right?
Yeah, the broadsides, they carry their giant. Yeah, speaking of gigantic guns, the fucking rail rifles.
Fucking railgun.
But obviously, with all the patterns of Lasrifle, it's kind of cool because I imagine some gun nuts can who know a lot about it can probably make their own fun custom Lasrifle for a regiment or something of that nature.
Oh yeah,
I could see some real use in that. It could be kind of neato.
Sure. Well, it's a guard thing, so those World War II buffs are gonna really.
Oh, they like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when you're when you play Warhammer and you're over 30, you either love the Imperial Guard and you base it off of a real thing, or you love to smoke meats.
Hey, what if you don't like either of them?
And then you're busy watching the Raiders lose.
Oh, now I'm sad again.
Mm-hmm. Then of course there's a Laz pistol, but that's just Laz pistol is a Laz pistol. There's nothing special about that one. We know what that one does.
Yep. Yeah, Commissar shoots you in the back with those.
Damn straight he does. Or actually, Commissars often carry bolt pistols.
Do they?
Yeah, okay. Big chunkier weapon. They like the bolt pistol a little bit more.
Okay. Is that like a pistol version of like a bolter? I'm trying to remember to say it properly instead of boltor, which is the Warframe gun. I'm trying to get into saying bolter.
Yes, it is a variant of the bolter.
Okay, cool.
Now, of course, the Laz cannon, though, sees a lot more use outside of the Imperial Guard as well. The Space Marines carry Laz cannons quite often. They either use it as a heavy weapon or, like, the Land Raider has 2 on both sides of it.
How big is a Laz cannon?
Pretty large. Normally it's rolled around like it's the size of a person.
Well, because when you were like, oh yeah, the Space Marines just carry around a Laz cannon, I was like, wait a minute, they just carry it around like what? They carry it on their shoulder? Like how big is this thing?
It's a very very big ass gun. Now of course there are larger variants of it, such as the Volcano Lance, which is what you stick on a Castellan Knight. Or
the name speaks for itself. Volcano Lance. Yep, it is a lance of volcanic heat. Sure, got it.
But the Lascan itself is generally manned in the Imperial Guard by two guys. Like there's a guy who carries it around, and then they set it up on a tripod and they get it all ready. You know, it's your classic heavy weapons team kind of group.
Shy posted an image. Is that a space? Wait, no. Is that the Volcano Lance on that second one?
Yeah, that's the knight. That's the
okay. Because there was a part of me that was like, is that a space marine that replaced his arm with a las cannon?
No. Even
fuck?
that would be too much. The las cannons are quite large, as Shai showed you a picture in that one.
Yeah, okay.
You really gotta lug the thing.
Yeah, okay, cool. I was like, what the fuck? He has a las cannon arm? I mean, you could do that though. Like on like a Termi armor, just, you know, have a las cannon arm? That'd be cool.
I feel like that would actually be a little bit have too much recoil. I think it would blow your arm back.
It's 40K. Who cares?
I mean, yes, but the use of your arm is very important. What if you need to turn a lock or punch something? What if you lose your other arm?
Well, I mean, you got your las cannon arm. Like that's the ultimate lockpick. Right? It's fine.
The ultimate lockpick. Yeah. The ultimate way to get into the enemy base is not through the codes. It's through a large enough hole.
Yeah, it's just the last. It's like, oh, we can't get through. Don't worry, guys. I've got the key. Do you? No more door.
This is shenanigans.
Yeah, we call him Mega Man. Yeah, the Mega Man Terminator. Yeah.
The Mega Minds.
It all comes full circle.
God damn it.
It all comes full circle. Good old Lasguns.
Good old Lasguns.
Lasguns. The tried and true.
Lasguns. I don't actually have a whole lot left to say about Lasguns.
I mean, we talked about a lot of Lasguns. I mean, we talked about the rifle, we talked about the cannon, we talked about the Volcano Lance and all the different patterns. Yeah, we did, you know. It's the tried and true. Yeah.
There's lots of various other versions of the laser weapons as well. There's like the Lasfusel, which is a heavier laser weapon. There's the multi-laser, which I mentioned is the really fast-firing one. That was actually in the Astartes short film as well, which was kind of cool. There's a couple other things like neutron lasers and stuff, but that's some more AdMech bullshit. There's all the hot shot guns are always really fun. I love them with the Tempestus Scions. It's good stuff.
When cosplaying someone from the guard, does everybody just give themselves a hot shot because it looks cooler and it's got the cable and you got the backpack and it makes you feel more elite? Is that a thing?
No. I mean,
really?
It's super cool looking, but your standard guardsman doesn't really carry a hotshot lasgun.
Yeah, but if you're like cosplaying or making like a fanfic of your favorite character, obviously you're gonna give him the good shit, right?
Well, the good shit is also expensive and temperamental and high maintenance.
That's fair. It is.
Anyway, these darn Kriegsmen and friends roll around with their
Kriegsmen and friends. That sounds like the worst sitcom ever.
They roll around with their fancy weapons because they're fancy and they're pantsy.
Yeah, indeed they are with their gas masks
and all their ass beating and killing of themselves
and all their ass beating. All right, I read the Krieg book on Audible.
Read the Krieg book on Audible. Make sure to get yourself your standard flashlight. Feels good, man.
Yeah, so you can read it in the dark.
Oh my god.
What? You said flashlight. Can you imagine if you just took a Lasgun and you're just like, oh damn, I can't see, and just shot a bolt into the air? Now I see the path. Just you're in a really dark lit cave and you're just like, I can't see, and you just start firing shots forward. There's the path.
That sounds like a guardsman concept, yeah.
Now we can see. Just keep firing forward. Take point. Yeah.
This is
multi-purpose Lasgun use.
This is dumb.
Actual flashlight. Flashlight being used as an actual flashlight. Let's go.
All right, DK. All right.
It's good shit, man.
I'm cutting you off.
Oh, fine.
Fine.
Fine, Mom.
My long-winded memory is gone.
Gonna go watch anime and cry myself to sleep.
It's all right. Make sure you have a warm glass of milk for little Lazzy next to you.
Okay. Can you take us home now? Can we go home now, Dad? Can we go home?
I've been home.
Oh. Well, end the episode.
Fuck you. You end the episode.
Fuck you. That's your job. What do we pay you for?
What do you pay me for?
Yeah. What did they pay you for?
What did they pay me for?
Yeah. If not to end the episode.
If not to end the episode? I think
Yes.
they pay me to start the episodes.
I start the episodes.
To create the episodes.
Oh. Well.
To research the episodes.
Well. Whatever. Have a good day, everyone. We're the end.
I'm coming to your home. I'm gonna get in your walls.